Imagine if the tweets or any of the posts that you sent out could simply go away, that they could simply expire. Well, if you think it, if you dream it, and then if you put some hard work into it, who knows? It could eventually become an app. And guess what? It did. Get Xpire. You could go to getxpire.com and see that idea that has already launched and unfolded, an app that allows you to shrink your digital footprint by enabling people to set tweets and Facebook posts to just self-destruct. I love it. What a great idea. Have you ever put anything out there where you thought, oh, I wish I could have gotten that back sooner, or I wish I had remembered I posted that, and I went back, and who knows how many people have seen it. So Jesse Stauffer joins us now. He's a college student at the University of North Texas. He is the genius behind this. Jesse, thanks for coming on America Tonight.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
Okay, so we're going to get into your brush with fame and how this whole thing happened in just a second. But what was it that inspired you to come up with this idea?
Well, being a college student, I was just kind of surrounded by, kids who would put stuff out on their social networking profiles, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, and, not really think twice about it. So, the typical college student, may post party pictures, things like that. And I always just thought about how, in a couple years, we're all going to be applying for jobs, and about how, employers could potentially look back at these posts and kind of judge you before even meeting you. And so I just kind of built it to, kind of help out my peers. However, it's kind of turned into this thing that, many different people can use, whether it's people who, post lots of long rants and stuff on Facebook, or people who just post, really small and meaningless things that they want to Xpire. So it's kind of, turned into something bigger.
Because in the way we move now with new technology and things and ideas happen so fast, that intellectual property, did you kind of keep that idea to yourself, or did you just tell a couple of friends, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, I'm working on it, I'm going to get it going? Did you hold it in closer?
I was actually working on an app at a different time called Bitsy, which was kind of the same premise, except it wasn't working with Facebook and Twitter. It was more of its own social networking app. And actually reached out to Mark Cuban, and, he was really the first person I ever talked about it with. And he's come up with some of the ideas, some of the features and stuff like that. So, I was kind of working secretive with him, and I didn't really tell too many friends about it, just a couple of my close friends.
And for people who don't know, which I can't believe you don't know who Mark Cuban is, but we'll just tell you anyway, think Shark Tank and think Dallas Mavericks owner, NBA team owner. So you reach out to Mark Cuban. Did he get back to you right away? What happened?
Yeah, it was within 24 hours. I actually remember I was sitting in my history class, and I just got up and left once I got his email because, I was really eager to read it. And we just kind of, shot some ideas back and forth. He checked out my previous app, and then he basically said, why would you kind of build your own social network when we could get it, integrated with other networks? And that's what we did. And then it's, over time we kept adding these features to turn it into this full-featured client, which it is today.
So, this is like you see in the movies. He became a partner in the company?
Yeah, he's a co-founder and an investor.
Very cool. So is it hard for you to, are you still going to school trying to focus on doing your school thing and the app and all this whole Get Xpire thing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm trying to graduate in 3 years, so I'm going into my senior year right now, and I just got done with a bunch of summer classes, so I'm balancing the two at the moment, but, lots of my teachers understand what's going on, and they're really flexible with it, and, I'm able to balance it pretty well.
So you launched the company, about a month ago, and as you said, Mark is involved in the company. What's it like I call it spitballing, what's it like to have a brainstorming session with him?
It's awesome, I've always wanted someone where I can just continuously bounce ideas off, and he's definitely the perfect person for it. And, whether it's, 1 o'clock in the morning and I have an idea, I'll just throw it to him, and he'll write me right back, and, we'll talk about things, and then the ones that we really think are good ideas we'll start making.
So in coding this, because I would imagine coding is the thing. So you've had to code this, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And in coding, for people who don't know, as far as talking about apps and talking about doing that and the process and doing it, sometimes that you run into things, and that can take a long time, can't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've had many nights where, I'd forget one character and it would, mess me up for 4 hours or so, but that's kind of annoying, but you can get through it.
So once this happens, who's the first person you tell? Guess what? Mark Cuban's a partner in my company.
I think it was my brother, because he's actually in class with me when, we started talking about it and all that. And, my family. And, I didn't really tell many of my friends until it was actually out on the App Store because, I didn't want to keep people waiting for it. I wanted them to be able to download it right when it came out. So I kind of had to hold it in for a little bit.
So tell us about, you talked a little bit about it. You held it in, now it launches and all that kind of stuff. Give us some more specifics. How does Xpire, and it's Xpire, by the way, how does it Xpire delete your digital footprint?
Yeah, so we have a couple different ways. One being that we allow you to go back through and manage your past content that you push to Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that. And so some of those features are that we allow you to go back through and search through your tweets by keyword. So, you could pick any word, and then we'll pull up all those tweets for you and allow you to easily delete those. We allow you to manage, who you're following, even your followers. So, if there's some creepy guy following you and you don't want him to, you can get rid of him. And then for any future content, we allow you to post self-destructing tweets and Facebook posts. And we actually have a Tumblr integration coming out in about a week or so you can post expiring blog posts as well. And, the end goal is to just be the way to easily manage all of your content across the entire Internet. So whether it's photos, recipes, music, anything like that, just things that, are attached to our name when we put it out there and, which we may not want to be out there for forever because, over time people start taking things out of context and, it's always a good idea to kind of get rid of what we don't need out there. So that's our main goal at this moment.
You know what? When I was, I knew I was going to talk to you. I was thinking in my head, dun 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 dun. I was thinking Mission Impossible. You know how the message self-destructs. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, your tweet. This is it. And here's the thing, and you probably have thought about this in all the brainstorming. Imagine this too, where you have companies, right, that have certain offers, whatever it is. You can get a pizza for half off at Papa Joe's or wherever. But if you have to respond to this tweet, or it self-destructs. So you only have, it's time sensitive, baby. So you better do it. I love that. What a brilliant thing. So as you do this, you do the coding, you have everything going. What's been the reaction to people to Xpire?
It's been pretty well. We're always open to suggestions, and we look at our App Store reviews, a lot, and really, pay attention to what people say that they want, and then we try to build out those features. But, so far, I've got a lot of friends using it at my college who, like I said, just want to clean things up and make sure nothing's out there for forever. So, they're all using it and liking it, so I'm happy about that. And we're just going to continue, integrating with more and more services to make it more robust over time.
And integrating it with more services, that's a pretty easy sell, isn't it?
They're all different. So, once you learn, they're called APIs, which are where developers can go in there and kind of use, say Facebook data or Twitter data, whatever it may be. So you kind of have to learn each one as you go.
Oh, that doesn't sound so easy. I take that back. You learn as you go. So now, and see, this is interesting for people listening, because Jesse, you're like 20 years old, and this is the new frontier. You must have a lot of, you said talking to your brother about it, there must be a lot of people around you who want to get into developing apps or learning it, or that's pretty hot on the college campus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that, it's kind of getting people interested, and it's showing, some people that, everyone has this thing where you think that once you get done with college, you're going to go out and start a company, but it's cool to kind of show that, you can start now, you don't have to wait around, and you can start applying some of the skills that you're learning, in real life today.
So tell everybody where they have to go. I think I mentioned at the top about getxpire.com, but tell us more about that.
Yeah, so you can go to www.getxpire.com. That's GETXPIRE.com. And we have links to the App Store where you can download the app for free. And then we also have some links if you want to get in touch with us. Like I said, we really pay attention to our suggestions, so you can leave us any comments you like or anything like that there.
I think it's very, very cool, Jesse, and I can just imagine what's going to come down next down the pike for you. Who knows? Would you eventually, I mean, do you have the kind of plans that, hey, if somebody comes along and they want to buy this from you, the right price, you guys will sell?
Not at the moment. As I was saying, I mean, we've got a lot of work to do, I think, if we want to really get to that point where we can sort of help people control all of their content across the entire